tensions that has been simmering despite of ceasefire is now being clearly seen and witnessed. The prices of the 19 kg commercial cylinder has been increased again, and this time by 993 rupees. A 19 kg cylinder in Delhi will now cost you around 3,071.50, and no change, however, that has been announced in the domestic cylinder prices. That is what we are picking up. This follows a similar hike that had happened last month when the state-owned oil companies had increased the prices of the 19 kg commercial cylinders, and this hike is likely to hit restaurants, eateries and other businesses since they rely on cooking fuel for their day-to-day operations. Let's in the meantime connect with Kritika on this. Kritika, good morning. However, on the other side, there has been no change in prices of domestic LPG cylinders, aviation turbine fuel prices for domestic airlines, that also remains unchanged. And this is something when it comes to the oil companies that have decided to absorb the rise in global fuel prices.
Well, that's correct. For the 14 kg domestic LPG cylinders, there has been no increase in price as of now. Remember, there is a monthly revision of cylinder prices that does take place from the side of the Indian Oil Corporation as well. And now we are seeing that the commercial cylinders, which is the 19 kg commercial cylinders, the price of it has been increased by over 900, bringing the total for a 119 kg commercial cylinder in a city like Delhi to about 3,000 rupees. Now, this is the latest that is coming in as far as the revisions in LPG cylinders is also coming in. Again, remember, the domestic cylinders remain, in fact, unaffected by any of these price changes as well. Earlier as well, we had observed that the price had increased twice in March as well as in April for commercial cylinders. First for about rupees 30, then about 200, and now we're seeing this hike also coming in. Over to you.
Yes, because this is now what is being said as far as retail prices of petrol, diesel, domestic LPG cylinders have been kept steady when it comes to shielding consumers from the volatility in the international markets. But let's get your government's response on this. What we are learning, that commercial LPG price that has been hiked, but the common kitchen continues to remain safe. And the government, which has been citing consumer-centric approach, and these are multiple points, Mohit, good morning, that has been raised by the government to continue to say that no change in petrol, in diesel prices, the retail fuel rates also remain stable. There is no hike in domestic cylinder prices as far as 14.2 kg LPG price, that also remains unchanged, and the ATF prices also remain stable.
Well, Amita, good morning to you. And when earlier the price of the premium petrol was being hiked by the oil marketing companies, the government at that particular time also stated that the premium petrol prices have been hiked, but when it comes to the normal petrol, that price has not being hiked despite the ongoing West Asia conflict, given the fact that how still there are restrictions on Strait of Hormuz and passage of the vessels. Now, we also know for a fact that how the government has been saying that domestic supply will not be hurt, but yes, when it comes to the commercial LPG, the prices of 19 kg commercial cylinder has been increased by 993 rupees, and a 19 kg cylinder now will cost 3,071 rupees. Now, on this, what we see is that massive politics being played where the Congress party and the other opposition parties are attacking the government. They're basically saying that it had to happen after the
I think on the political aspect, we're just going to touch base on that, because as far as what the price revisions are concerned, then why they have been limited to only select industrial segments that actually account a relatively small share of consumption and are subject to routine monthly adjustments. But as far as when it comes to this hike is concerned, and this is a steep one, let's put out what the opposition has to say on this. So here is a Congress leader, Alka Lamba, saying that the Prime Minister should have raised the prices to 1,000 rupees but chose not to, calling it a decision that a nation should be rather grateful for. So sarcastic jibes that are now being taken up on part of the opposition, Akansha.
Absolutely. They are saying that, look, we told you that after the elections, the prices will be hiked, and that is what has happened. Now, let me take you through the reactions that are coming in. Anurag Danda of the Aam Aadmi Party is saying they will just wait. Everything to eat and drink in the market will get expensive. Let me take you through the reaction that is coming from the Congress party. Alka Lamba has said that the Prime Minister Ji could have directly increased it to 1,000 rupees if he wanted, but instead of doing so, he has provided a major relief. Thank you, Modi Ji. The nation will always remain grateful to you. So that is a jibe to the Congress party has taken. Another one from the Congress party, Srinivas Bibi, has said that from today, and that's a big statement, a tsunami of devastation will arrive because the elections are over. The puffed rice snack, they are alluding to jhalmuri here. Vendors to the boatman PR, all are done now. All the small and the big hotels across the country are certain to shut down. People will migrate back to their homes. A straight increase of 993 rupees all at once is a question Congress party is asking. Records have been broken. So a jibe that has been taken by, at the government, but most importantly, this is what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, that the government was waiting for the elections to end to increase the prices.
All right. Well, this is something that has now been denied on part of the government. Akansha, thank you for that update. Mohit, because that is also something that needs to be put out clearly. Overall, around 80% of the petroleum products have seen no change in prices that actually ensures stability for the majority of the consumers.
Well, in fact, that has been the stand by the government, Amita, when this question was being asked again and again in the intergovernmental press conferences that the prices are being hiked. And post-election, this question was also being asked that is there any possibility that the price would be hiked? The government clearly stated that is no possibility. And also the government said that when it comes to premium petrol, that is being used by the very less amount of population in the country. The prices of the normal petrol have become are still stable. Now, similarly, in case of the domestic cylinders, there has been no revision in price of domestic cylinders, which are being used in each and every household. But it is for the commercial LPG that has been hiked by around 1,000 rupees, and the price have gone up more than 3,000 rupees. Now, this will lead to inflation surely, because in restaurants or in food delivery items, the price will surely shoot up. But when it comes to the people on the ground, the domestic LPG prices, they are still stable. They are still on that particular price they were earlier. But yes, we have to be ready for the inflation, given the fact that, as the government has been saying, that many of the oil refineries have been hit in West Asia, and there are still restrictions there in the Strait of Hormuz. We still don't know that whether what exactly will happen with Strait of Hormuz. The conflict is still going on. So we have to be prepared. But when the government is taking certain steps, but yes, the politics is being played. Now the opposition is linking to the election, saying that the second phase of polls in Bengal are over, and hence this particular price hike has taken place. So today there could be an inter-ministerial briefing again. So this question surely will be asked to the government, and what exactly they have to say on that, and how much percentage of people in the country
will be affected. So a 19 kg commercial cylinder, what we are looking at as far as the steep hike is concerned, but what all has not been impacted?